people, when they are doing businesses, they do businesses from their homes, they keep business money in their pocket, and sometimes they mix all these things. Now, having young entrepreneurs already practicing financial service provisions through the bank, it actually supports them separate the funding and also help them manage the funding in a way that they can use it responsibly. And then this has been also supporting the businesses being very well structured and make decisions that are really, really informed.
Financial inclusion is important for young entrepreneurs. One, first of all, it gives young entrepreneurs access to finance, for example, savings, credit, and payment solutions.
Unleashed by itself, we cannot provide all they need, and that's why linkages were very, very key. This is when we started discussions with the Opportunity Bank as our graduation model. Right now, we have established a partnership whereby each and every young person who actually gets support from Unleashed, we use the bank to actually provide a grant. And then from there, this is how financial inclusion is starting and continuing. Some who have been fearing banks, they now know how to deal with banks, and they are now saving through a bank. And then we believe with the linkage that we do have, that these young people now, after all the supports from our technical part, they can now have access to financial services from the bank. After our trainings, after every support that we might be delivering to the businesses and the young people, they can have another opportunity and another linkage where they can access funding, they can access financial support. We know some have been already acquiring the loans from there and some are already saving from the bank.
Wakati wa mbele tulikuwa tunaweka makuta zetu mu box nyumbani na zingine tunatia kwa saving, mtu mmoja anaweza kaweka kwa mkono. Lakini wakati tulifungula account ya bank, inatusaidia na tunaona vizuri kama ni inatusaidia kuweka pesa vizuri, tungeliweza kuibiwa ama tunapoteza. Lakini kwa sasa tuko na assurance na confidence kama pesa zetu zinawekewa vizuri sana avec sécurité.
Bank accounts will help entrepreneurs to get access to credit services, get grants, manage their cash flows, how to record their savings and cash inflows and outflows. Also, these bank accounts will also help them keep records well for some good years.
Since we are working as a group, I've experienced many changes because in a group of people whom you are all the shareholders, everyone can have access to the fund, but since the money is in the bank, and they are responsible people who can be there around to withdraw, there is no random taking of money. We have to plan before we withdraw the money, and no one can go and access the money with no permission.
Opportunity Bank is partnering with Unleashed Potential in Motion because programs of Unleashed helps us to identify promising young innovators who are ready for financial services.
Account bancaire inatusaidia kwanza, wakati tunafanya business yetu tunapata pesa, tunaleta mku bank, account yetu, inatusaidia kuhesabu, kujua tuliingiza namna gani, tuli withdraw namna gani, na balance ya ngapi ilibakia. Hiyo inatusaidia kabisa sababu iko très simple kabisa.
Proper financial management, it helps young entrepreneurs to know where they made losses, profits, and also be ready for risks, because every business has a risk. And if you have proper record keeping, you are able to know to manage that risk and move on with the business.
The bank account will help us to keep our money safely. Secondly, it will help us in case we want some other money to add in the business, like loans. It can help us and support us. We get the money since we are saving and withdrawing from the bank. Secondly, it is going to secure our money.
Working with the Opportunity Bank, this is actually closing our cycle of intervention. And if it's not from the finance service providers like Opportunity Bank, they can still look for grants, they can still find other investors outside. And then the trainings that we've been pushing them to understanding, they now understand what are the requirements from any investor. So interacting with Opportunity Bank is really very key to shifting the mindset of the entrepreneur in terms of investment?
Young entrepreneurs need to know that resources are scarce, limited in the supply of resources in relation to people there for them, and therefore, when they get this money into their businesses, they need to see them as a scarce resource and also use them profitably.
One message that I can say to analysts, we thank every partner that have supported us since the beginning up to now. So we are very thankful, and we promise to use this money in a way that is going to make us grow from one side to another.